Hello folks, welcome to the Losers of Racket Part 2. And today we have the Skal by Cornholio versus the Pork Sword by TT Giraffe. Alright, let's get right into it. This is going to be a lag fest because, high volume plus, high wooden volume armor plus a lot of HE won't do anything good, to say the least. The distraction cap doesn't seem to be doing much. Most of his shots are landing on the turrets. The Fork Sword's oof, it's just like one up there. It's just being caught there. Sorry, inside. Okay, yeah, then I can't move it that. Let's check out the Pork Sword. Pork Sword is a bit down like you. Oh wow, it's been terrible. Just caught me. I wonder what happened to the glue there. You had to go to the different side. Well, it seems like the tip and the lower extremities are gone. The flag doesn't seem to be doing too well against the very heavy armor of the Pork Sword. Skal is taking quite a bit of damage as well, though. Doesn't seem to have as many broken guns. Yeah, there's no broken guns so far. Which is the first, I think. Skelter's turret caps tend to get broken very often. But the amount of just soft material that the Skelter has just makes it very hard to hit. Well, not very, sorry, very easy to hit. Very easy to damage, per se. It seems like the Pork Sword is taking full advantage of that, except that Skelter just has massive amounts of volume. Massive amounts of blocks, so it just doesn't care. With Blacklist. And the turret. The little distraction from the garbage for a while. I mean, shouldn't that be reinforced with like heavy armor or something? So it just doesn't fall off. And makes the Skelter lose a big chunk of health. Some plunging heat would make this, would greatly hurt the Pork Sword. Actually, never mind, as a wooden layer right here, so I don't think I could say. Pork Sword literally isn't just a brick of armor. I guess it's even armored against heat and has short sides. But there goes the main gun. Oof, what it appears to. Seems like it penetrated through the main front bits. So quite unfortunate. And yeah, without the propellers, it kind of just sinks. Anyways, that's a win for the Skelter. Congratulations, Cornholio. Can you repeat this in the next turn? Well, considering that the Pork Sword's, whether the Pork Sword, I assume that's gonna be fairly even between them. Okay. I mean, at this point, this wood just isn't doing that much in terms of voice. Might be willing to think down instead. I mean, it's amazing how the fact can strip away the wood so quickly. So many big example. And yeah, the center cap up. The center cap got pops. That should really be reinforced with something. The poster just really likes the softness of the armor. It's like a hot sausage through butter. If you know what I'm saying. You probably never mind. The fact that these shells have no shell velocity kind of makes sense because the targets aren't moving that fast. You don't need insane shell velocity. Unless, of course, you're using a kinetic gun. Kinetic. God, I can't speak. Kinetic. You can tell at the start, so. Sorry. So we're like 400 meters per second, 400, 300 meters per second is fine. I think the pork sword's gun is about 350, so about twice that of Cram's, but still pretty fast. The shields do seem to be stopping quite a bit of shells. The fact that they're angled downward is kind of... they're not that steeply angled, actually. Oh, it's working against the pork sword's plunging fire. So, if it plunges in, it just creates a steeper angle. It's a steeper angle if then it was angled at 45 degrees like this. So yeah, I guess it does make sense. Maybe against crams, but still, any form of APS can still be blocked. Ooh, pork swords to stop firing. Yeah, the main gun is gone. I think. I'm not sure what this one said. Mech seems fine. Looks like it isn't out of ammo or something. So there's no local weapon control right? It won't be that. This isn't on a turret, so this would need to be controlled from the turret cap, wouldn't it? Yeah, I think this is hollow. Yeah, I think this is the weapon is no longer linked to the AI. The man's arm is missing. Oh, and this is in decorations or lyrics. It's not an actual mannequin. Interesting. Anyways, yeah, this is gonna be a 30-second timer. This is start, but I'm gonna start timer now. 4 minutes. And that is if Skeletor just doesn't make it entirely through the armor, which it might do. There's only actually 1 meter at worst, but and that it sorry 2 meters at worst. So it'll last a decent amount of time. I can just imagine like it's like a pilot like trying to like keep it from like keep a plane from like from falling over. It's like struggling like I don't know, like those movies. It's like this is like the polar opposite of that. It's just a slow, clunky bulk of heavy armor. And I like it. Actually, this is actually cartridge shaped. Interesting. Kind of. I mean, you know, if this is missing. Ooh, dangerously close to the gun. Oh yeah, no, the timer's already over. And yeah, it's like limit the shells on. But well, this shouldn't. But, okay, so that's it. This round goes to Skeletor again. Skeletor wins one more time, then roll it's a guaranteed victory from Skeletor. Let's begin. So many pages now. And yeah, it's the thing again. It's a cat. Just imagine there's a mushroom cat with colors and everything. Let me see how far the kinetic shells are penetrating. They're going relatively deep, not deep enough. It's only taking like a third of the armor. And considering these guns aren't too big, I think they're left by left with their two other check out. They're not that huge. Relative to the core caps. Unlike say they can destroy it, but this 13 by 15 11 by 11 is huge. Skeletor again is. I'm sorry, not Skeletor. Picture again is not fine. This time its gun is. Seems to be severed. Explosion clear. Yeah, it's cut off. We're going to go for the 30 second time here. It's going to be at 250. Well, I know that the coach is going to fire back anytime soon. That's it's going to be a lot of years. This is an unfortunate piece of explosion. It's HE leaks. Actually, no, it might not be an HE leak. The explosion went in here, had like, sort of went where? Pathed up here. Wait, what? Yeah, no, this is explosion. This is HE leaking. Fix smart, please fix. This is actually a pretty big problem with Gatekeeper. The Gatekeeper would constantly it used a lot of HE. So, you know, HE leaks tend to happen a lot of times. Exposed shield unit seems kind of dangerous. Well, then just the shields, that is. Maybe I'll just hold the Skal here. Well, that was rather short. Might do a second battle, actually. And so the victor is the Scout turret by Cornholio. Scout turret hasn't taken too much in the form of damage. Still has most of his guns left. Alrighty, let's move on. Oops, wrong button. Yeah, I'll do a second battle today, actually. Who is it? Who is it right now? It is the Blazing Emperor versus the USS Solaire. Where is it? Blazing Emperor versus the Solaire. Where is the Solaire? There it is. Oh. So, yeah, this is the USS Solaire, and this is the Blazing Emperor by Air PMP. Alright, so I've already started the fight. This might be a less of a steamroll for both PPs. Well, no, sorry, the USS Solaire didn't get steamrolled. Blazing Emperor might do a bit better actually this time, since it has a bit more space armor. It's also quite thin, so crams have a high chance. Never mind. Crams have a high chance of missing. Which goes under or over. Solaire doesn't seem to be taking much in the form of damage. That torpedo was rather nasty. The thing is, stone isn't too good against explosions, so you probably don't want to use that as spotter for torpedoes. Either that or you want to put like a skirt here so it detonates the torpedo early. Those torpedo heads are very dangerous. And I wonder why they use truss blocks. Truss blocks don't have the best health. I mean, sorry, they don't have the best health to material ratios, or health to AC for that matter. Superstructure shot. Superstructure getting rapid, but interesting. It seems like they're placing a press turtleback. It's very light turtleback, but it's still light work. Here comes the claims. Don't seem to have the best penetration, but that is dangerously close to the gun. Also, yeah, noting again that the Blazing Emperor just has a lot of delta number. They're just vulnerable to plunging fire. Of course, in the first match with the Vishal, his belt armor wasn't pulling it back because there are only a few layers of. There's only a few layers of actually of armor in the front. The front's quite long, but it just doesn't have a lot of armor. So against some weapon types like Krail or like low velocity Ichi, they might be effective, but versus railguns, yeah. And versus the own guns, it'd be pretty devastating. It shoots APHE, assuming that the Mandish doesn't detonate on the first one. Because these shells are relatively powerful, but the rate of fire is so low. Interior of the Blazing Emperor ravage. There's like no cavity that's untouched. Yeah, it seems like the steam engine is also disabled. It seems like the power generation is also out. So I'm going to count that as not being able to fire. Because, wait, no, it still is. I'm pretty sure the option for don't fire under when railgun is not charged or something. Which allow fire when railgun, only when railgun is charged. Option is selected. So these aren't going to fire. Just in case I'm allowed to, aim. Let's see. What are the details and tricks, though? I love the aesthetic, I love the decorations, but just, it's not a strong 100%. Its armor is just rather weak. Even though it spent a lot of armor on it. A lot of cost on it. Because, like, for example, like, this section just isn't needed. Like, this front, material-wise. It seems to have a lack of wooden armor, which makes it very, very low volume. And, it uses a lot of alloy. Oh, and I completely forgot the Solaire torpedoes. These battles are going rather quickly. Wait, what if... Oh, darn it. I was supposed to consider this PC. Anyways, yeah. That's the end of round one. Let's win for the... Where are they? Here we go. Yeah, so you can see that each shot of the Blazing Emperor does deal quite a bit of damage. It's just that it just shoots so infrequently. They carry quite a bit of explosive power, but their AP pen isn't the greatest, per se. Well, of course, well, yes, it's not the greatest because I'm playing with the record, but still. I like the synchronization here is just bad. I'm pretty sure that's not intentional, though. Just kind of rotating each shit's my most time on target. I'm still amazed by the statue every time. I can't do it. How do you figure this out? How do you figure out how to do them? How to shoot? I'm not one for skills, I guess, but yeah, you can see the intros of this where I had to choose up. Just that APHU just doesn't deal a lot of like raw damage, which it needs to win a round. But yeah, this time sorry about that. It seems like the sorry, what was the thing? What was it saying? Seems like Blazing Emperor has taken more damage recently. I'm seeing a lot of confetti damage on the other side. It's rather dangerous. No, these two are actually no, Blazing Emperor was beating the Solaire for a second there, but yeah, these shots are rather devastating. I mean, just insane while if you're good hits. These. Yeah, it's kind of said before, this thing just needs more way to fun. It shoots so infrequently. Pretty sure the Richelieu has a higher rate of fire than the Blazing Emperor. Well, I guess the Blazing Emperor does have more broadside weight. But comparatively, the Solaire does have more broadside weight than the Blazing Emperor, especially the crams. These are some cram pieces right there. Yep. And all the guns well, all the cram guns are touched. Touch. Anyways. Yeah. So, Solaire is a bit down on firepower. His guns are non-functional. APS does seem to be, still functional. The Barbarian APS gun is rather ridiculous. It's pretty thick. There go the torpedoes. It's amazing to see the Blazing Emperor still have red spells this late into the round. And yes, this is very listing of myself. The fact that it's mostly held up with the air pumps, Got a neutral base effect. I kind of like the shaping of the hull for this flare. It's really stubby. The nozzle's a bit longer. It could be actually a realistic build. Seems like I'm going back to see Blazing Emperor. Perfect circle just missing. I'm not really circle. And it has capsized. Well, not capsized yet. I wonder what the definition of capsized is. Like the exact definition. What qualifies a ship as capsized? Apparently it means to turn over a canoe, but well, soon enough the Solaire won't be able to fight back at all. Oop. Sorry. Alt keys were a nice size base. So this series keyboard keeps dropping. Maybe it keeps dropping. Solaire has literally rolled over. It hasn't rolled over and died, but it's rolled over. The APS gun is the only thing that's basically doing damage at this point. I don't know if these are super tagged. Blazing Emperor does seem to be rolling over by itself as well. Maybe it could be pretty interesting. But yeah, the Solaire's on does seem to be better on Blazing Emperors. But then again, Blazing Emperor is significantly more tanky. Oh, sorry, not more tanky, sorry guys. More floaty. It's made of alloy, so kinda exciting. I'm considering that the ship is kind of pitching down. 80% sinking? Why is it despawning? I'm just gonna assume that's 80% sinking. Yeah, it's 80% sinking. Already that's a win for the Blazing Emperor. That's a first. Sorry, that's pretty weird. Well, it's not not a first. Yeah, it won previously. Mess it up. Nice. Let's move on to the next round. Will the Blazing Emperor be able to rain home and win? Do you have to say that the Blazing Emperor does give me like underdog vibes? Not vibes. What am I talking about? Like gives me a feeling of like it being the underdog. Solaire has proven itself to be quite powerful at times. So like, kind of, not, yeah, no, that's pretty sensible. It's good time to protect this. I've needed the APHE earlier. So I think this is just HE. Pretty sure. Not many of their things already listing. Curb real listing, please, thank you. Losing Emperor has lost to come, which is rather unfortunate. Losing Emperor needs every bit of firepower it can. I like the muster, sorry. 430 would be over there. Like I said before, Blazing Emperor actually threat. So you know that as focusing with materials and making these turrets. These crams are definitely devastating. There's just quite a bit of them. Not as devastating as the Doom crams on the material sheets, just like simply as pretty damage. The IPS is doing something. Someone does seem to be listening to this. But Blazing Emperor is dangerously low weaponry. And Solaire will be qualified for 80% anytime soon. Yeah, it seems like I was supposed to say that Blazing Emperor does seem down on it. And there goes the last gun. And customary 30 seconds. And there we go. Winner is the Solaire. Congratulations to Usha. You continue on to the next bracket. Next bracket. Technically the same bracket, but it's next round, next phase. I almost call it. Anyways, unfortunately for you, AirPDP, I'm gonna love your name, but yeah, your ship doesn't have the DPM or DPS to compete with the Solaire. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'm gonna end the episode here. It's at part 2 plus 3. Bye bye.